reports getting a pop here on spike in volume, CAAP.
Welcome to everybody out on YouTube. Thanks for joining us today as we're watching Airbnb to see if it can pop above 150 and the AAL to see if it can pop above 18 or if it holds as a resistance. I can't tell which way Peter is in that.
Yeah, but I'm just going to mute. I'm going to mute Squawk. So if you're watching Squawk or listening to Squawk, we'll be talking over him. SGMO to the question. Yeah, the pattern looks great for a pullback, but man, it's been strong here this afternoon. It must be on news. Look at this move here today. So I'd be careful betting against that move. It may not be done. I've never watched this stock, so I don't know. Like, what is the news?
What is it? SGMO?
SGMO, biotech company. It's not a low float. Gene editing. I don't know what the. Anybody know what the news is? Whoops. SGMO. I don't see the news. They've been just sort of running up all day, though. Look at that chart pattern.
Yeah.
Jared is trading SLS. Oh, yeah, I see. What a move this one's had.
SLS.
All right, I'm gonna put a limit order in here, and let's see if I can get filled. Come on, come on. There we go. All right.
Yep. 17.
Now I'll admit. Yes, I will admit that I got filled. That I went short AAL. I got in at 17.98. With a 4-cent stop. I figured 1802 would be the point where, and look at that, 1801 and a half is, it almost stopped me out. I thought I was going to have to admit to a failing trade, but now I've taken a partial. Admittedly, it's only 8 cents, 7.5 cents as it turns out. But being that I only had a 4-cent risk, I was going for 2-to-1 on that partial, but I didn't quite get it. I thought I was getting filled at 17.90. Apparently, it filled me at 17.90 and a half. All right, then. Be that way.
Fine. Megan?
All right. See if I can get some more here on AAL. More of a pullback. What I waited for on this one, admittedly, it pulled up. I wasn't sure if it was putting in an ABCD or what, but I waited until I saw both Boeing and the SPY start to pull back a little bit. And they did. And then they spiked up, and I thought, okay, well, that was dumb. But then it moved in my favor, so I got lucky, I guess, because it would almost stop me out. Very, very close. To me, those are some of the worst moments, Jared, where you're sitting there like, fill me, come on.
Yes.
You're sitting right at the edge of whatever your price is. Yeah. Because if it doesn't fill you and pulls back from whatever that level is, and you're like, oh, I was so close.
I was almost there. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, John, are you going to do it? Are you going to go for Tesla long?
Oof, man, that's bolder than I could be.
Nope. Yeah, there we go. See, I didn't think you would, but you never
Jared,
know.
what are you trading here? Is this still SLS you're trading?
SLS.
Where did you put this thing? You must have put it at 1775. Was that your stop? Or was that your target? Yeah. All right.
So close.
That would be the 6 cents. Less than that, because look at the high. The high of that candle, 17.69999. Just to really annoy anybody that was looking for 1770. That's a market maker playing games with your head.
Oh, yeah, definitely. SQ pushing higher, Roku pushing higher above 319.
Look at AMD. Wow, AMD suddenly is putting in some real
Out of
big boy
nowhere.
candles here. Yeah.
It went
So
from
we're
the
laughing with
yucky.
you, Jared, not at you.
We're laughing with you because we've all experienced the pain and we know how much it
Exactly.
hurts.
I know.
Is AMD gonna touch that 92? Can it print at 92? At least AMD's chart looks normal now. Not that wicky up and down.
Well, that's what I said. It's putting in some big boy candles now. Like it's actually moving properly. A little bit. A little volume came into it.
Wow, Zoom just made a big, not a big pop for Zoom. A couple bucks. Yeah. 91.9984.
Yeah, they're playing with numbers today.
Like, no, we're not going to let you go to 92. No. 92 is bad.
Airbnb still consolidating here in a range.
Be interesting to see if it can push. Wow. And the SPY is still going just back and forth.
Well, it's moving up though.
See if it can get through this S1 level that it seemed to have touched, pushed through, and then rejected. 367.
SPY is green, back green on the day. Don't want to jinx anything, Miro. Looks like Magic 8 Ball gave you some good advice. We'll knock on wood. So we'll see though. We still got some time, but
There goes AMD
hopefully I
above
haven't
92.
jinxed it. Cliff, you have faith in the 8-ball, do you? Well, good. A 20R day on SLS. Megan, fantastic work. That was an awesome trade. And she traded IMMP successfully too, so she was kicking it with these ones.
Nicely done.
Oh, speaking of IMMP, it's decided to have a moment now. And AAL never hit. I was looking for a next partial at 1784. Actually, I did my math wrong. I should have taken it at 1786. What was I thinking? Oh, I could have got another partial. Oh well.
We'll see if these moving averages provide any resistance for you.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Who knows? All right. Well, sitting there. Oh.
So Sonny, there's no webinar, but Thor is doing his mentoring session today in the webinar room, or does he do it in the classroom? I can't remember which one.
I think he does it in the classroom.
So either in the classroom or the webinar room, Thor will be there.
What the?
It's
changed all my
background. Should be up, Cliff.
Here you go. I'm going to put that background. This is my new Airbnb location.
Airbnb.
In support of
That's nice.
The Airbnb. Or Air Boom and Bust, as I called it, because it certainly boomed out of the gate, but the IPO has sort of been a bust ever since.
It'll be like Snap. It'll crash for 4.5 years, and then all of a sudden we'll decide, that's skyrocketed double.
Well, yeah, I mean, you sort of joke, but I mean that is a typical pattern, right? Especially when it hits the gate like at 3 times what the original IPO price was. Again, I'll bring your attention back to Snow. I mean, look at the chart on Snow, and remember what the IPO price was. Like, this thing it went insane before we even got our hands on it, and it's still not even.
No. Pull up the date.
Was it Snow? Was it Snow? What was the one that doesn't look right? What was the one that was it Snow? Now I'm forgetting which one it was. There was one that came out super high. Maybe it was Snow. It just came out super high, and then it went sideways for like 2 months. I see it's up now. I stopped watching it, so maybe that was the one I was thinking of. It must be, because it looks like it opened at... Yeah, it opened at like 245, and I think this IPO was 60 or something originally, something crazy like that. Anyways. So, Airbnb could very well go up, but it might not do it for a month or 2. So,
yeah,
you're going to have to be very patient, potentially, with it. Twitter. Oh, if I'd taken that short on Twitter, I don't know, I wouldn't still be in it. Well, maybe. No, I didn't forget. I just, there's what the Magic 8-Ball said, and then there's what might actually happen. Don't forget, the request from Sniper Focus was to include pre- and post-market. So the markets could close at 4 today. This thing could shoot up and trade a share at 165.01, and condition will have been met, right? So we'll see. There's room enough for everybody to be right.
Plenty of room. Plenty of room. For sure.
Well, Joel, I mean, DoorDash that opened yesterday was shortable this morning. It's not shortable now, which is weird, but there were shares for short this morning. So Apparently, as early as the next day. PUBM actually is shortable right now, and it opened yesterday. So it's not trading any size, though, but there's not much going on with it. But it is shortable. So it really depends on the offering and share availability and all that.
So,
Excuse me. Oh, Airbnb. That was a drop there. Meanwhile, AAL is just slowly moving its way back to my entry.
UAL.
I should have taken more off, I guess, but oh well. I had a lot of size. I still have a lot of size. But AAL can handle it. Ugh. It's a penny away from stopping me out now. I'm not sure if I even covered commissions on this. Did I?
Did you, did it stop you?
Come on, don't do it. Don't do it. Why is it not?
There's a lot of orders there, so.
I know.
Where are you in that?
Okay, now I got stopped it. Ugh. Ugh.
That was a lot of orders at that area.
That was a lot of work for $30 or something. All right. Well. Okay. Most of that trade is going to be commissions. So that didn't really work out.
Hate when that happens. So I'll bring up the member trade of the day as we have a little pause here. And it is going to go to Dan, or in the chat room, it's known as Kairos. You'll see him as Kairos in there. For his trade on Tesla today, December 10th. Took in the position at the opening, got a partial, added back in near his entry, almost got stopped out. As you notice, he does not get back out at his break even after he takes a partial. He's going to exit if it closed below 600. It popped back up, took partials back up, missed an add at the R3 level, but the second time that it tested it, added back in and got the second move all the way up to 622. So his original entry was around 603, it looks like, and got a move up to 622.18-ish. So.
Well, nicely done.
Nicely done for sure. So, for anybody that would like to submit for the member trade of the day, you can mark up your post with enough information to let us know. That would be the earnings for tomorrow. We don't need earnings yet. Bear Bull Traders, at might be _BBT, at NormBBT. Use the hashtag BBT family, day trading, or start market. We'll announce it every day on the Closing Bell Show, and we'll announce the trade of the week winner that gets a $100 Amazon gift card on Monday's Closing Bell Show. Tuesday we had Eamon, who did how to trade ABCD pattern. That should be up in the Education Center. If it's not, we'll get with the technical team and we'll see about getting that up shortly. Yesterday we had a great webinar by Creda, The Art of Setting Goals. So if you're not where you want to be and you're looking to set yourself up for success going into 2021. Highly encourage you to check out her webinar on how to properly set your goals. That one is up in the Psychology Center under the Mental Edge. Next week, we'll have Nada coming in to talk about how you can use mindfulness in determining those goals that you want to achieve and how you can make sure that they're aligned with your values. For everybody out there on YouTube, if you want to give our chat room a try, you can use the code premarket24. That's going to give you access for 7 calendar days, as well as access to the onboarding class that goes every Monday at 8 p.m. with Eastern with Carlos. And then for anybody out there that wants to upgrade their membership or purchase a membership, you can use the discount code 40% to get yourself 40% off a lifetime membership. That's only one time, just so you know. So if you come back to life, you don't get another one. And then earnings this afternoon that we have. We have cost that will be at 415. Lululemon, which I know Brian and Peter are fond of, as it that is going at 405, and Oracle at 4, and Play at 410.
I got a few things here that are worth following then.
Few things this afternoon. So
Costco, Play, Oracle, and Lulu. I don't like trading Lulu, but I usually look at it. I know Brian has traded it in the past, but haven't heard him trade it in a while.
So not sure what's going on with that one. They Hans, they typically put them up right away. If you notice, Creda's webinar is up there, and we did that one last night. So I'll have to see what's going on. It might have got uploaded to a different area to where we can't locate it. So that's very well possible. I'm not sure what happened next week's webinar. Well,
next week. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What did you say for next week?
They this morning Carlos said that it had changed. So.
Right. So next week, Kaiser was supposed to do one, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And fortunately, had to reschedule that. So I've had to step into the breach there. Next week's webinar on Tuesday is going to be on taking smart entries. So we focus a lot on trades and strategies. This webinar is going to be focused strictly on entry management. How do you determine your entry? What steps should you take to get a smart entry? How do you manage the entry portion of your trade? It arguably is the most important part of your trade, as it sets up everything else that you do. And I'm not saying that the entry price is necessarily the most important, but the process you follow to enter any trade is significantly important to the success of your trade and your trading career. So we're going to focus on just that element, entry management. So that'll be next Tuesday at 8 o'clock.
Yes. Oh. Looks like most of the stocks that got earnings are pretty much going sideways. A little bit wider of a range now, but pretty much going sideways into the close. Got about 5 minutes left. See, look at that, John. Look at Roku. Like just out of nowhere. Like, no good volume, and just, you know what? I want to make a $5 move right now. In the last hour of the day. So, it's one of those. Tesla's pushing up on that high again, just made it and then rejected again. SPY seemed to go green and is staying above green, but it's kind of selling off here, headed back down. So Dan, yes, you can pay lifetime memberships in installments. There is an option for that. If you go to the website and you click if you go down to where the plans are, you click in the center one, and that's the installment plan.
Keep in mind that the discount codes are only applicable to the one-time payment options, though, so you don't get the discount. So if you want the discount, it's much more beneficial long-term to do it in one payment. So just keep that in mind, but certainly there is a payment plan option. All right, we got Apple here. Apple, I'm betting on a drop. See if we can get a drop on Apple.
Pull up Apple. I'm not sure what it's relating to, Dan, as far as Roku. It just all of a sudden decides it wants to go. Apple.
Here we go. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit off there since it was at a moving average. Once again, I've covered my commissions. Now comes the profit. Hopefully.
There it is. It looks like, oh, maybe. Come on, Apple.
Come on.
Be friends to us today.
There we go. Taking a partial here on Apple. Give me more. All right. I'm back in business, baby.
Hans, let me give you a link to Kratos, but I know Kratos is up because I actually pulled it up today while I was working on my vision board today. I definitely needed a refresher.
Oh my. Come on.
Psychology. Hers is under, so the psychologies don't get published under the webinars. You got to go to the individual sections for them. So, which are the mental edge for Kreta. So, here's the link for you, Hans. There's her webinar right there for you. So, anything that's education regarding psychology is all under the psychology tab, broken down under the mental edge, mindfulness. So,
here we go. Come on, come on.
Ooh, Apple doing a nice move for you.
Dang it! Dang it! It just popped back up.
30 seconds.
All right, I'm gonna take a partial here. Oh, what? 30. Okay. Well. Not letting it go this time. And, oh, come on, give me more. Okay, I'm going to take it all off. All right. That was not bad. That was okay. I'll take it.
Not bad. Nice.
Oh, darn it. I didn't quite get to that 50. Oh, there's the bell. We are closed. I can call it now officially. The Magic 8 Ball was correct. We did have a question whether the SPY would get to a price of 365 before the close. The answer was very doubtful, and that's true. All right, excellent. Got a couple outstanding things. We got to see if Airbnb is going to get back to 165 by tomorrow's close. Let's see what craziness happens overnight. It's got a ways to go. That'd be $20, but it's very possible.
Yeah, especially if it pops after the.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not seeing any movement now, but I mean, who knows? On the open tomorrow, we wake up tomorrow morning, this thing could be a 200 for all we know, or 100. You know, like
yeah,
I mean,
or $50.
what does the magic 8-ball look like, RP? It looks like a magic 8-ball.
There's Oracle popped up. Didn't hear anything. Oh, let me turn on Benzinga.
Wrong button there. Sorry.
Running loud and
here.
clear right now.
Here's what the magic 8-ball looks like.
It's a real Technologies announcing secondary offering
original
of 2.23 million shares of stock
from the Oracle's on high. There you go. How does it show the answer? Well, I can't. Here.
Letter V, Visa now says it's suspending Pornhub's acceptance privileges
Magic 8-ball.
pending completion of ongoing investigation.
Show me an answer.
V, earlier MasterCard announced the same thing. Now Visa suspending.
See? Oh, I don't think I can get close enough to.
Customer.
It says my reply is no.
Yeah. ORCL, Oracle reporting
because it's in liquid,
$6,
right?
Oscar Romeo Charlie
it's in
Lima.
Blue liquid. You got the glow from the light, so.
The estimate was $1 on Oracle.
I asked it to show me an answer. It said my answer is no.
Revenue of $9.8 billion is a beat for Oracle.
Can you see that?
Cloud services and license support revenue of $7.11 billion. Shares are volatile here now. $59 down 46 cents on Oracle. Hardware revenue of $844 million.
Oracle beat its earnings and revenue, and in true 2020 fashion is selling off.
It's really tech savvy. It's the Oracle. The Oracle knows all. You may not choose to share all with us, but
Pharma
knows
getting
all.
a pop here. 681. Lima India Foxtrot Echo.
Dan, I see you talking about unpredictability of the market. As I've said several times, and I'll say once again for today, the market is always, sort of choppy and unpredictable, and like it has a different personality every single day. There is no such thing as waiting for normal on the market, because it's always just going to be unpredictable in a different way. So I find that this, like I was saying in the room the other day, maybe just yesterday, this market feels a lot to me like the market did, sort of before COVID last summer. But it's one of these things where the market comes in and out of different methods of operating, but it's always going to have chop and unpredictability and unknowns built into it. So I think that you just have to take the market for what it is, and like we were saying, pivot points. We used to use pivot points a year or so ago when the market was steadily moving. When the market was moving sideways a year and a half ago, we were using pivots, I should say. And then about a year ago, they stopped working because the market started to sort of move up more steadily, and then they moved down really quick, right, when COVID hit. Then they moved back up again. So when you've got trending markets, pivots don't work very well at all because you're just outside of the pivot ranges, right? Like even if things gap up or down a lot, you're right outside of the pivot range.
PLAY, Dave
when
and
a market's
Buster's,
choppy,
a loss of
then the pivots are
$1.01.
great.
That's better than the $1.11 loss that was expected for PLAY.
So,
PLAY just reported.
Revenue 109.1 million, short of the 109.4 million estimate for PLAY.
Wow. Apparently, that was not a good report.
And it had better.
LU Lululemon reporting $1.16. The estimate was 88 cents for Lululemon. Revenue of 1.1 billion. The estimate was 1.02 billion for Lululemon. That's a beat. Quarterly comp sales up 19%, 18% on a constant dollar basis for Lululemon. Company says they are not providing guidance at this time for FY 2020. That's LU Lululemon beating on earnings and revenue.
Not providing guidance for 2020.
Shares of Lululemon spiking here now, $390 on Lululemon at the high. That's up about $21 at the high on Lululemon, now at $382 LU Lululemon.
And
PM, Philip Morris naming a new CEO effective May of next year, Papa Michael.
play going back and forth. Lululemon, dollar spread.
MTN Vail Resorts reporting $3.82 loss. That's Michael Tango November. The estimate was a loss of $3.54, or a wider loss than expected. Also coming in short on revenue. That's Michael Tango November.
That's I remember when it was a mere $50.
$380.
It's like
$10 from the highs.
It's like Shopify.
Shares of Oracle.
I still think of Shopify as $100 stock.
$58.74.
But it's not. It's $1,000.
Following their report.
Really? Wow.
Of course, I still think of I trade AMD every day, and I still think of it as a $20 stock. So.
That was apparently I'm just stock when I first started AMD.
Yeah, well, AMD is another one that comes in and out of fashion, I find, because it'll trade well for a while and then it won't for a while, and anyway. So obviously I've been on a run of trading it, but I'm not wedded to it, because if it stops trading well, then I'll have to move on to other things. But while I enjoy trading it, I'll keep doing so.
Yeah.
So. Anyways.
Yeah. Lululemon. 2020 finally caught up with it. It is now back at its pre-market high for the day. $390 all the way down to $370. Good $20 ride. Yeah, Roku at 120, Master Chief. I was just thinking about that today when I was looking at Roku at 300. Hi. So Oracle, not much. Lulu out. So that's about everything that we got. So we'll say bye to everybody out on YouTube. Thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Lakeland again reporting $1.14.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Adjusted, the estimate was 53 cents for LAKE. Sales 41.451 million is a B.